channel. Tonight I'll be doing my tips for round 25 of the 2022 NRL season. This is the final year of the round, so after this we go into the playoffs, or finals if you want to call it that, and there's some massive games this week which will decide where teams will finish in the finals places. We've got some really big ones, so let's start off with the first match, which is kicking off on the Thursday night. This one's between Parramatta and Melbourne. It's being played there at the Western Sydney Stadium. Parramatta in 5th at the moment, Melbourne in 4th. This is an absolutely huge game because whoever wins this, it's going to determine where other teams are going to finish on the competition ladder. With Parramatta, they've won 4 of their last 5 encounters against Melbourne. So there's not too many teams out there that can see that they've got the win over Melbourne in recent times, but Parramatta definitely, certainly they do. And the last 3 times that they've played against Melbourne, they've turned them over. With this match, if Parramatta lose this game, they could potentially finish about 6th or 7th on the table. And if Parramatta win this game, they go into the top 4 at Melbourne's expense. Melbourne, I think that they can finish as high as 3rd if they beat Parramatta. From what I've seen with the team list, both sides are putting in full strength teams for this match. Both sides are desperate to win this game. But I'm going to go for Parramatta to win this match 1-12 on the Thursday. I know I've tipped against Parramatta the last 2 weeks, but they've been playing quite well the last 2 weeks, and it's at home, and they've got that sort of advantage over Melbourne in recent times, so I'm going to go for Parramatta to win 1-12. On the Friday, the first match is a bit of a dead rubber game. It's Canterbury Bankstown against Manly Warringah. This one's being played at Stadium Australia. Canterbury in 12th and Manly in 11th. Manly's won their last 7 matches against Canterbury. So if you're a Manly supporter, at least you've got the bragging rights when it comes to matches against Canterbury. The last time that Canterbury actually beat Manly was in round 24 of the 2017 season. They beat them 30 points to 16. However, Manly's lost their last 6 matches in the league, and Canterbury's lost their last 4. This is going to be very hard to pick which way it's going to go, but going on what I've seen the last couple of weeks, I'm going towards Canterbury, and that's who I'm going to tip for this game. Both sides haven't been playing well as of late, but some of Manly's performances really have been very poor the last few weeks. So I'm going to go for Canterbury to win 1-12 there on the Friday. And the main match on the Friday, it's Sydney Roosters against South Sydney. This one's being played at the brand new Sydney Football Stadium there at Miller Park. I used to really love the old SFS. It's a shame that it got knocked down, but hopefully this one can stay around for a lot longer and bring some new memories for clubs that happen to play there. So at the moment, Sydney Roosters are in 6th, South Sydney in 7th. This is the biggest rivalry in the NRL. I'm pretty sure everyone knows that it's also the oldest continuous rivalry in this competition. There's not really much else to say about this rivalry than it's the biggest and most fiercest, and it's a huge game for both sides. With the Eastern Suburbs, if they can get a win and hope that Parramatta lose, they can jump into 5th place. And for South Sydney, they could potentially come 6th on the table, and they could potentially have a home final there. South Sydney's won their last 4 matches against the Sydney Roosters, so they do come into this match with a bit of a win over their rivals. It's going to be, I think, a very fierce match on the pitch once again. You've got the likes of Daniel Saluka Fafita, who he's joined mid-year from East and gone South, and as we all know, going between the 2 sides and playing for the 2 sides is a big no-no. You just don't do it, so I'm pretty sure he's going to get some treatment there. And looking at the fixture itself, this is going to be the 228th meeting between the 2 sides. At the moment, East have won 103, South Sydney have won 119, and there's been 5 draws. For this game, I'm going to go for East to win 1-12. They've been playing very, very well recently. They've timed their run perfectly going into finals. So I'm going to go for Eastern Suburbs to win 1-12. I think it's going to be a cracking match. On the Saturday, there's 3 matches, and the first one is another bit of a dead rubber match. It's between New Zealand and the Gold Coast. This one's being played at Mount Smart Stadium in Auckland. New Zealand 14th, Gold Coast in 15th. The Gold Coast won the Spoon Bowl match last week against Newcastle, so they've avoided the wooden spoon for 2022. The last time that they won in Auckland, though, however, were in round 8, 2015. They beat New Zealand 32 points to 28 there. And their overall record in Auckland isn't very good. They've played 12 matches over there. They've won 3 and they've lost 9. So for this game, I think it's going to be a very high-scoring match. Both sides have demonstrated that they can't really defend much this year. But I'm going to go for New Zealand to win this match. 13 plus there over in Auckland. I think that they'll be wanting to sign out 2022 on a good note in front of their home fans. So I'm going to go for New Zealand to win this match 13 plus on the Saturday. The next match on the Saturday is another huge game that's going to decide where teams potentially finish, especially for the latter, which I'm going to talk about. It's St George against Brisbane. This one's being played at Cogra Oval. St George in 10th at the moment and Brisbane in 9th. Brisbane fell out of the top 8 last week after Canberra won. St George have won their last 4 out of 5 meetings against Brisbane, so definitely in recent times Saints have got the wood over Brisbane. The last time that Brisbane actually won at Cogra Oval was on the 26th of June 1998. They beat St George 30 points to 18 on that occasion. This is, as I said, just an absolutely massive game for Brisbane. If they lose this, they're out of the top 8 and they're not going to play finals, and that's going to be very disappointing considering at one stage they were in top 4 there, and they know that Canberra's playing against West Tigers, so it looks like on paper and on form Canberra's going to win that game, so Brisbane know that they just have to win at all costs. But I think the way that Brisbane have been playing, it's just been very alarming how they've dropped off. So I'm going to go for a bit of an upset. I'm going to go for St George to win 1-12 at home there at Cogra. I think St George is going to get the win and Brisbane are going to miss out in the top 8 for 2022. And the main match on the Super Saturday is between North Queensland and Penrith. This was being played at the Queensland Country Bank Stadium in Townsville. Penrith runaway league leaders in first. They've been very dominant this year, only lost the 2 matches. And North Queensland in third. And this is another huge game because not so much for Penrith, as I said, they've already won the minor premiership, but for North Queensland, they can get in to that second position on the table. The last 2 games, however, that Penrith have played against North Queensland, they've kept them scoreless. They've beaten them 22-0 and 24-0. So North Queensland's going to be looking to at least score a try this time when they play against Penrith, and I'm pretty sure that they will. Penrith won their last 4 matches against North Queensland in the league. However, I've looked at the team list and apparently Penrith are going to be resting 13 players and they're going to be fielding a reserve grade / fill-in side. So you're going to have a lot of the star players out. For North Queensland, it looks like they're going to be fielding a much stronger side and Tom Dayton is kind of an outside chance of coming back. So for this game, I'm going to go for North Queensland to win 1-12. I think that even this Penrith reserve side, if you could call it that, I think that they'll put up a bit of a fight, but I just think that a full-strength North Queensland side should beat a weakened Penrith team there on the Saturday. And on the Sunday, another big match that could potentially decide where teams finish in the top 8. This one's between Newcastle and Cronulla Sutherland. This one's being played at McDonald Jones Stadium there in Newcastle. Newcastle in 13th at the moment, Cronulla in 2nd. For Cronulla, it's pretty much a simple assignment. If they beat Newcastle, they finish 2nd. If they lose this game, depending on what happened on the Saturday, North Queensland could leapfrog them. So Cronulla is going to be desperate to win this game and to make sure that they get that 2nd place and get a home final. With the head-to-head between these 2 sides, it does favour Cronulla in recent times. There's been, in the last 15 matches from what I've seen on NRL.com, Cronulla's won 9 and Newcastle's won 6. For this match, I think I'm just going to go for Cronulla to win 13 plus. They've been playing very, very well this year. They sit in 2nd for a reason at the moment. So I'm going to go for Cronulla to win 13 plus there on Sunday. And the final match to close out the regular season of 2022 is West Tigers, the 2022 Wooden Spooners, up against Canberra. So West Tigers, as we know, Wooden Spoon, finished rock bottom. And for Canberra, they're in 8th at the moment. They're on this great run. This match is being played at Leichhardt Oval. Canberra's won their last 4 matches against West Tigers in the league. and currently they've won 3 in a row in the NRL competition, and for West Tigers they've lost 4 in a row in the NRL competition. Interestingly enough, though, even though I have said that West Tigers are wooden spooners for 2022, mathematically they can still avoid the wooden spoon. However, it would take, I don't know, something of like an epic godlike proportion miracle for them to avoid the wooden spoon. They would have to beat Canberra by at least 75 points to 0 and hope that the Gold Coast get battered. So mathematically they could still avoid it, but 1000% they're going to get it. West Tigers have only won the 4 matches all year. They've beaten Parramatta, South, Canterbury and Brisbane, and that just sums up the West Tigers for you, you could see, because when they really come out and they're committed and they really want to win a match, they've beaten 3 out of the 4 matches that they've won this year. 3 of them have been against top 8 sides. So I think West Tigers for this game, they're going to be hoping that they could potentially get a win on the Sunday there to sign out a very poor year and maybe give the Leichhardt faithful something to cheer about. But I'm going to go for Canberra to win this game by 13 plus. I think Canberra's on a red hot streak at the moment, and I think that they'll do the job over West Tigers. So anyways, that's been my tips for round 25 of the 2022 NRL season. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know in the comment section below. Thanks to everyone that's tuned in and watched me tipping videos throughout the year. I'm still going to be doing finals and all that caper with the tipping, but I know that most people will probably not watch them videos because their team might not be in it, so their interest level is going to be quite low. But thanks to everyone that's supported the channel this year through the tipping and all that. It's greatly appreciated. This has been Rugby League History. I'll catch you all later in the next video, which will be out tomorrow, and I'll see you all then. Alright, tatty bye for now.